Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to Oubliettes with Ocelots, episode 13, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's 13. I think that's what I wrote today. If it's not, then the stream says what it is. But welcome, welcome, welcome. We will be getting into the summary, etc. Sorry, big yawn. We'll be getting to the summary in just a minute. So that should be good. I will say hello to everybody. Say hello, Nemeth. Hello, Poke. Thank you for the streak. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As a reminder, the regular buttons. Have I fixed the buttons, actually? No, I haven't. I need to fix the buttons. Somebody remind me. Okay, the Who button needs fixing. Note to self, the Who button needs fixing. Actually, let me just write that down somewhere. The Who button needs fixing. I'm gonna at myself. There we go. Yeah, so all the alerts and all the rest of it will be muted. And when we get into the thing, I will have to be doing a telling off of M, because M arrived literally on the second. So yep, many a joke we made about that. There is no wheat today because wheat is I actually don't remember where in Italy, but at a wedding in Italy. So I'm sure that Wheat is having a nice time, and I'm sure we'll find out how it went next week. So, with that, I don't think there's anything else. So I could probably get over to the right stoofs. Okay, here we go. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Hog. Remember to fix the button.
I wrote a note for myself already.
Yeah, I know, but I'm reminding you.
Oh, so this removes your obligation to remind me later.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Because this is later than earlier, so.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
That's true.
We are joined today by Gwen.
Hi, I was on time.
This is going to be a good bit. We are joined by Nemeth.
Hello.
We're joined by Redox.
Hi. I was here about like 10 minutes before the hour, I think.
And we're joined, potentially, if she's awake, by Em.
Hi.
What was that?
Hi.
I think that was a hi.
It was
You
breaking up a
could've,
bit as it came through.
Oh.
There was some noise.
There's a very disappointed sounding hi.
The only thing I can say in my defense is that I had a bit of a stressful night and I got to sleep late.
Okay.
Well, go get a cup of tea.
I have a cup of water.
I mean, that will also help wake you up.
That's
but
close enough.
Close enough.
drink lots of fluids and then get some caffeine once you've flushed your system. Right. So, summary time. Last time in this exciting adventure, you had a very busy morning. Because all and sundry, which isn't actually a god in my universe, but is a collective term for all of them, showed up variously for. I mean, who did you have in total? You had Thod show up, the Yoink Borer. You had. Espitalia did not make an appearance. You had Arianath. You had the Queen, who is not a god, but I mean, godlike powers and all that. And basically, your new companion, Fiend, who you rescued after her ship was destroyed by Cecilia's special storm. And Also, you got a bunch of cheese, which,
It was good cheese.
yeah. Although, see, cheese has a different meaning to me after playing the King Arthur game, because now I'm just imagining the cheese spell again. But anyway, you rescued Fiend and you made your way towards the coast to see if you could meet the elves, find the city. You were intercepted by a couple of vessels where you discovered that one of you was a different sort of elf, and the elves behave very differently around the different sort of elf. That was Ada, who is a first elf, or an Eladrin. And you guys definitely aren't going to use this to your advantage at all. I
Oh,
think.
certainly not.
Sure.
Yeah.
You made your way into the woods where you saw the remarkable weirdness of the Dwimmerweald. And eventually you arrived at the city, which is where we will be beginning today. I will do another description for you now so that you have it in your head if you don't remember from last week. But basically, Caer Winrith is a tree, a gigantic, it is a city-sized tree, with a hill surrounding it and walls around the outside. Its roots are exposed so that it sits raised up, like the hill and everything on it. And then the city goes up the hill on little terraces until you get to the central trunk, where there is a bunch of very important looking buildings, which at the moment you don't know what they are, because none of you have ever been here. But that's what they are. And the city is very everything in it is like rounded buildings, so there's like circular houses and all the rest of it. But most of it is built out of stone. Although a lot of the buildings also do have thatched roofs, not like slate or something like that. So it's kind of, yeah, it's a vibe. It basically, imagine, if you will, tree plus Celtic Roundhouse City plus Minas Tirith, and that's what the vibe is. If that's helpful to anyone. Probably not, but it's helpful to me. So, the party will now resume on your way up the route-bound stairs towards the gates of Caer Winrith. Is there anything you want to do before you go up the stairs?
I'm gonna lick the tree again.
Okay. Still tastes woody.
Okay, good. Gotta check.
You hear my cat?
Not particularly.
No.
No?
No.
Being very noisy.
I see. But noise cancelling is very good at cancelling out noises. That's the thing.
It
It
sure
does say
is.
that, doesn't it? I don't really have anything. I don't really know. Fee doesn't really know what to do here. Fee's just kind of like been brought along, so she's just gonna be following whoever is around, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna help me try and find a druid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yep.
Yep.
I think Fiend is also a bit worried about what the fuck Hada might get up to, so might just keep an eye on her as well.
But I'm amazing, and I have there's
know.
no. I need no supervision.
Sure.
Mm.
You can believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you don't need it, but places survive better when it does exist.
Sure.
I don't set things on fire.
Yet.
You say things like that.
I'm not the one
It
with the magical
sounds-
firepower.
And that's firepower 2
Uh,
words, not 1 word.
I mean,
Yeah.
it works either way. I will
Just-
I have
concede
the
that
magical
point.
doot doot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
pulls out a battleship. Ah, my firepower.
Uh,
Okay,
oh.
so I would like everybody who would like to, if you're busy and distracted, you do not have to, but to make a perception check as you walk up the routes towards the thing, to see what you can see.
Perception, 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 perception.
Hooray! 8 buddies.
It was so good.
I got
Okay.
minus 2 in wisdom, by the way. Or
Yeah,
minus
I
1 even.
finally finished
Shit,
sorting out
doesn't
stuff.
That's fine. With a with a 16 and a 15,
There we go.
Bean and Cecilia, what you would see is you would see at the gates to the city, you would see that there is only a couple of guards, one on like the outside of the gate and one on the top, and you would also notice that there are scant few guards around the walls as well. But what you will see is that by the docks where you had come from, and sort of going up a little bit away from it, you'll see that there is lots of makeshift like coverings for boxes of various things. You probably see spears and swords and stuff like that and bows, and just a lot of supplies at the dock, ready to be picked up by the boats, which you've seen constantly going back and forth. But you'll also notice that it does not appear that this city has a great number of guards, at least on the outside. You can take from that what you will. You'll also notice that there are many, many, many banners flying from the walls, and at most of the towers, you'll see that there are these very, very, very tall. They look like dragon heads. They're Carnix for the name of the instrument. People have seen them before in the campaign, but if you're unfamiliar with them, they're basically a big metal trumpet that looks like a monster. I will find a picture and post it for you in the D&D text.
Okay.
But they are attached to the walls.
Are they like attached to the walls that they could blow on them from on the walls? Is that what I'm...
Yes,
Right, okay, that makes sense.
that's what they look like. You've probably seen them in... Oh, hello, processing. There we go. Probably seen them in things. They're a visual thing that exists.
It's
But
like if a trumpet was a periscope.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So that is all the things that you see. You continue up your way towards the guard. As you approach the guard on the top of the wall will shout. You all speak Elvish now, correct?
I don't.
Alsonish.
Yeah,
Do I?
everyone but
maybe I do actually.
you,
let
I
me
think.
check.
I think yeah, it might be everyone
What?
but you.
What is it called again?
Alsonish.
I don't have that.
What?
I thought it was. Oh, I think you gave us Sathian.
Oh, it's the other one. I apologize. Yes, it's the same language. But yes, nope, that's
Oh,
your thing.
Okay.
It has two names depending on which continent you are. And also, actually, this is a good PSA for everybody else. because of the other D&D thing, I'm now operating in 2 different continents in my brain. So if I do mix up the name of something in a different continent, I will apologize profusely in advance.
Wow.
It's fine. I don't even know the name for this continent, so it's fine. So
Oh, it's
I
Runak,
wouldn't even know.
if you wanted to know. It's the name of the map.
Oh, I know the name of I know the name of the continent, but anyway.
Yeah. So you will notice, you will hear the elf on the wall call down to the guard. Get those in. We'll be getting underway very shortly. Why did I say very shortly? We'll be getting underway shortly. There you go.
Very shortly.
Very shortly. The guard, the other guard, will look to the party and kind of like gesture for you to accelerate your approach.
I look at the rest of the party.
All right, they want us
questioningly.
to pick up the pace.
Let's not keep them waiting.
Let's keep them waiting. I
slow down.
dance up the steps on my way to the place.
Yep.
Go as fancily. La, 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 la. Ooh, I'm an elf. Ooh. As I go.
I will
The
try to like with my general presence just walk like closer to push how to like to go a bit faster. Not actually like pushing, but just when someone's like really close to you behind you, you just feel them. I'm just trying to like without being disrespectful, like pushing her further.
you're trying to personal bubble push someone.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you all sort of speed a little bit up the hill. The guard at the top will sort of. Hada, are you in front or are you at the back? Because you were going slower.
I am wherever everyone else isn't.
I mean, I think I would encourage her to be in the front.
Yeah, I would assume Hada's in front just because she's the only reason they're not like shooting us on the side, I feel like.
A little bit. Okay, so if Hada is at the front, then the guard will see Hada and then kneel. And my lady, we were not informed of your arrival. Who should I tell the captain who has arrived?
It's me, the elf. That's all. I am an elf. Hada. Bow, 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 bow.
My lady Hada. May I know why you have graced our city with your presence?
Why are we here?
We're on our way to
Shrug.
the Mistdrop Mountains.
On our way
Yes.
to the Misty Mountains.
Ten was saying this to the guard, not to Hada, but sure.
Yeah.
I see. Then you are from Via Della.
We're from all over the place.
Your
Mhm.
companion, like he is still kneeling like the other ones are all doing, but the guard is also like is looking up, doesn't have head bowed quite as much, to assess who else is here. Your companions are you travel with a human, my lady.
Yeah, we just picked her up.
I think is Cecilia still disguised as a human as well?
Yeah, I'm still disguised.
Ah, you
Oh, yeah,
travel
yeah.
with humans.
Yeah, we picked that one up. She had cheese. It was good cheese. So he's here now. And then that one needs to talk to a druid. So,
I
Yes, that'd be very
see.
helpful.
Well, I believe that the druids are currently our conclave is quite occupied with the events of this war.
Awakening the
I
forest
think
and all that.
we can wait. We can wait.
Well, you will have to enter the
Do you want
city.
to wait? Let's go into the city.
We must be underway
Yes.
very, very soon. Watch Captain, my Lady Hadda has companions. Some are human. And the person at the top of the gatehouse.
Yeah, and yeah, she is definitely human. Wink.
Okay.
Wink.
I need you to do a deception. I know that you're gonna pass, but you need to do a deception. Because if you roll a natural one, I mean that was not a great roll considering, but yeah, it wasn't a natural one.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'll roll. I'll see if the captain sees.
I mean, it's better than the effort put in.
Whoa.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. The captain. Also, I guess I should tell this to Redux. So Redux knows I don't hide the numbers I roll, but I don't put the modifiers that people have because I don't like. Because obviously, if this is in person, I would have a DM screen and I would do everything behind the DM screen.
Yeah.
I don't, so I will show you what the rolls are, but I won't tell you the modifiers. That's how that
Sure.
works.
Usually, the way this program likes to work is it hides the numbers entirely. So all we know is that he rolled something.
Yeah.
Which is boring and annoying.
I don't like
Well,
hidden roll stuff.
I personally,
way we
as
get a little
DM,
nail biting.
like making my rolls very because I roll my real dice when I like to roll them like on something that people can hear that I'm making rolls because it freaks them out and I think it's funny.
Ah, yeah. The making
That's
the noise,
fair.
Even
the
though
making the
it's
noise
just-
is important.
It is very important.
Okay,
Anyway, sorry.
so the watch captain appears to take note of what you have said. It is hard to assess whether or not he has seen through your deception or not. The watch captain shouts down to the guard. Very well, with my Lady Hadda's grace, they will be permitted inside the city. It is also your turn to enter. We will be closing the gates after you have arrived. And the guard sort of gestures that you guys have got to go in before he can.
And then I turn around and sort of at everyone let's go, and then I dance my way in with my arms and waving in the air while I'm dancing.
I follow.
Yeah, I followed through.
Sigh and follow through.
So I would like you specifically, Cecilia, before you enter the gate, could you please make me either a perception or an arcana check?
Okay. I'll make an arcana check.
Okay, with a 13, there is a magical. You can see it engraved on the gateway. There are magical runes going around in the arch.
Okay. I suppose it could be a security system to dispel illusions.
Yeah. Elves living in a fairy forest with connections to the other
That
world.
would make sense.
No, they definitely wouldn't do that. It's a confetti cannon. It's a magical confetti cannon. When the 100th visitor of the day goes through, it just fires confetti over the
Wait.
gates.
Do you think they fudged the numbers for when the first elf comes in?
Oh, actually, yeah, they probably would, wouldn't they? Yeah. See, that's how you can tell that that's
Mhm.
not what these runes do.
Shit.
What?
The fact that it didn't
I
get set up by the
think-
first elf is an indication that it does other stuff.
Hmm.
I think as I was going through, I called Hada, can we have a moment?
Yeah, come here then.
And it's also whilst you're doing this,
um,
I assume nobody else has any illusions about their person.
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
None that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, and that I'm aware of.
Oh yeah, no. You walk through, and then suddenly you're revealed to be hobgoblins. Dun dun dun
Oh
dun.
no.
Yippee!
how much are they?
Doot, doot, doot.
I suppose there's a bunch of them staring at all of us, isn't there?
No, there's a guard on the outside, and the watch captain on the gatehouse can't see you because you're under the gate. There are
Okay,
there are people on the inside of the city. There's like the citizens and inhabitants of
sure, but
Winroth.
they're just going about.
Yeah, so they
Okay.
will probably see you.
Right.
The guard behind you will definitely see you,
Mm-hmm.
especially because everybody else has already gone through the gate and you've paused. So the guard's gonna come behind you.
She's hesitating. This is what's happening. You
Just gonna have to do
Yeah,
this.
if we just like all walk
and I
through
go,
without
oh
looking
my
back.
god, and walk up to you, grab your and pull you through.
Yeah. When
Wait.
when you pull her through, are you gonna resist to go through?
I guess a little bit.
I mean,
What
you can do a post strength. You can do a strength contest if you want. So
Noodle arm contest.
both roll your noodle
Yeah,
arms
noodle
for
is a
me.
noodle. Just straight up
What
strength.
Just
sort?
straight up strength, yeah. Neither of you are proficient in athletics, so I don't even need to ask
No.
if you have that.
Noodle.
Well, technically, I'm half proficient.
Oh, you
you're a
are,
bard,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
So no, actually, you do have an
Oh,
advantage
yeah,
on
of
this.
course.
Do I roll athletics then?
Yeah.
Sure, you can roll athletics because you are.
I mean,
roll it.
same roll for me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
you
even
yoink
without the
Cecilia through,
roll.
and the illusion is
Okay.
dispelled. Also, the guard behind you, when the illusion is dispelled, draws their sword. What is the meaning of this? They have like their shield and their sword, and they're in a defensive position.
I go, ta-da! Magic.
My lady, why is this person disguised as a human?
She wants to.
You should
Should you
know
explain
that
this is why we want to see the druids?
all of our cities have this protection upon their gates.
Yeah, why did you disguise yourself if you knew that this was on there? Mm-hmm.
Well, to be open, I'm just gonna refer to the guard and just try to talk to him. This is why I need to see a druid.
Because an illusion to make you a human has been placed upon you.
She doesn't want to be an elf anymore.
I.
It-
You. Why? You can see that he's like actually like struggling with the concept of not like of that being a thing.
She wants to be a dragon.
I do not know
Guess
if
I
the
looked the Hada like
My
I have never
eyebrows
heard
raised
of
at
the
that.
druid's magic being able to achieve that, but I suppose it is possible. But You must have known. Why did you attempt the facade when you arrived? My lady had all of our cities have this. Surely Kviazela also.
Maybe. I've never been there. Maybe
Then,
I have. I don't know.
my lady, forgive me for asking, where are you from?
That is a good question.
Perhaps that's something else the druids could help us with.
You can see that this guard is very, very confused. I
And like
Just the guard.
I was in
Confused as well.
I was in the other world, and then suddenly, human area place.
the guard kind of like leads you through the gates and closes the gates. Like they still have their sword drawn, but they put their shield away. Um, they bar the gates. The watch captain, they will basically like call the watch captain down because this is above their pay grade, is what has happened now.
Yeah.
They do not have the knowledge to be able to figure any of this out. They simply are not that trained. The watch captain comes down. He's a very tall, blonde-haired, very stereotypical elf, very pointy nose, extremely pointy ears, and a pointy chin.
I'm just yeah.
Of course. And a pointy butt.
And a pointy bum. Yeah, the classic.
Yeah.
None of these elves, I should clarify, these are all your regular elves, like 10. None of these are first elves.
Yeah.
What seems to be the problem, my lady? Your friend has attempted to enter the city in order to not be an elf any longer, but to become a dragon?
Maybe.
And you are not from Kviazela, you are from the other world itself.
Maybe.
I am aware of my place, my lady, but I do need answers to these questions.
It's been a very confusing past few days, to say the least.
You see, okay. Wait. So,
Would you like me to answer? They're not going to believe it anyway.
I mean, I can tell them things.
This matter, if you will follow me, I will take you to the Lord Warden. The Lord Warden will be able to properly assess this situation.
It's above his pay grade too. The captain, I mean.
Yeah, the watch captain,
Yeah.
he's just like, yeah, no, I'm not dealing with this. This is the Lord Warden's problem. If you will follow me, and he will lead you around the wall to there is it's like a larger, it's more of a castle-y looking part of the tower and structure. So there's like stables, and more outbuildings and like an encampment. And you can see that here is where obviously the barracks for the Wernroth Watch is, and there is maybe a dozen or so that you can see about the place. But that's still not very much for a city of this size. The watch captain will take you in. All of the elves that you have walked past will be staring at the humans with you, and periodically a few of them, as you walk past, will bow towards Hada.
The one human.
I'm
Oh, that's
doing
true,
like
yeah.
Yeah,
the
the
royal
I
wave
haven't
at everyone.
redisguised myself yet.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm royal waving at everyone.
Yeah, and you'll see a bunch of children like run up, like their parents will be like, there's like market stalls and stuff like that, and they're like selling their wares. And you'll see little children like tugging their parents' sleeves to like point at Hadda, like, and then they'll be like, "What do you want?" And then they look over and like they visibly very surprised to see you, because even for elves, seeing a first elf is not common. But yeah, you get led to this keep. You are taken up into the Lord Warden's chamber, and sitting at a desk is a very, very, very finely dressed and with very ornate armor. The Lord Warden, and the captain will basically say, "My lord, these guests with my lady Hadda here have quite a complicated story. This individual wishes to consult with the druids in order to become a dragon, my lord." And the response from the Lord Warden is
I
to
assume
put
the laugh is in character.
is to put his pen down as he was writing something. "Very well, watch captain. I shall determine what to do. My lady Hadda, welcome. What
Sup.
you see when you say sup, it hurts him.
Uh-huh.
Like you see him wince.
That means you're winning.
Like
yeah,
Oh,
who's
all-
winning?
all of the
God.
elves, like, because they have been like
winning
this
a
elf is
purple
probably
thing.
like 500 years old, right? Like he's not a young
Yeah.
elf, and all of
Nope.
his life he has been taught to pay deference to the first elves, who generally treat everyone else as, "Oh, I'm very aloof, and I'm so magical and ancient and powerful," and then one just walks into the room and says "sup." Yeah, like 500 years of his life
Though.
counts for nothing.
Funny as fuck, though.
He will stand up from the chair and he will give you the customary bow.
Uh-huh.
Now, your companion here wishes to become a dragon, my lady.
Let's.
Kinda. I mean, she's an elf now.
An elf now, but what does that mean?
And I turn to Cecilia, go on.
I
Cecilia.
guess I can tell. True.
You can
I
see.
didn't say her name. I just turned to her and go
Oh, sorry,
go
you
on.
don't say her name. Yeah, like because
No,
none of
no.
you have said your names
Um,
except Hadda, and they're already confused by that
Mhm.
name. So, like,
Mm-hmm. There was a magical mishap, and I'm hoping the druids could help me resolve what's happened to me.
a magical mishap of what nature?
God.
A god.
God.
A wish gone awry.
A wish. Very well. Do you happen to know which god is responsible?
The god involved claimed to be called Espitalia.
He's going to do a religion check because he might not know who that is. Nope, never heard of
Nope.
Espitalia.
Hmm.
I'm afraid that particular god I am unfamiliar with. But
Hmm.
this Espitalia granted you a wish.
More or less, yes. And the
And
wish went not as we foresaw.
and what is this wish? And is it only you who have been affected by it, or is other members of your community? I see that you there is still a human among your number. And like, yeah,
I wave.
all the tones
Wait.
are on that, by the way. Like, a human?
It's like I go. Oh, we found her afterwards. She had cheese.
My lady, you speak in such strange ways.
She had a lot of
It's-
cheese. It was good cheese.
It's not that strange once you have the context.
we
came
found
upon
her.
a ship carrying a bunch of cheese had sunk. She was floating on a buoyant wheel of cheese.
It was
We
good
rescued
cheese.
her and the cheese.
Well,
Really good cheese.
then you
It's
did
very
more than I would have found it in my heart to be able to do. The cheese, yes, I could see the value in retrieving it. For nourishment, perhaps
It's
for
good
our
cheese.
armies. I don't know why you
It's just
fished
tasty cheese.
Why did you fish her out of the lake then?
She was on the cheese.
Like, oh, we just wanted the cheese, but I guess the human's here now.
Ken was going to say, out of the goodness of our hearts, but no, he's just going to keep his mouth shut at this
When
point.
Adam says that, like a little pop
Just
up
like-
of Fiend did not like that.
Actually, no, he is going to say one thing.
Fiend will remember that.
It
No,
was
no,
the
no,
biggest
no, no.
wheel.
It was the
Yeah,
biggest wheel.
she brought. I'm like, she brought the cheese.
Wait. So, if I understand this, how many or how long ago did this wish take place?
Back when
Was
the
it
storm
this,
was
like-
here.
2 days?
I see. So, do you want to tell me if this wish had anything to do with the storm, or will I learn that at a later date?
Yes, it did.
Well.
And what exactly is it that you wished for?
She wanted to move the storm. And
Yes,
something
to
to do
move
with
it.
ours.
To move it away from here to save us all the trouble of the storm.
He goes to his desk, and he withdraws. It's not the paper he was working on, but it's very near the top of his pile of papers. And he withdraws the paper, and he comes back to all of you. So this report that our outer wardens have, from the south, of course, out of Care Ulimin, that a great tempest appeared over the skies of Archon Seal and has proceeded upwards through the entirety of the 12 kingdoms, decimating their armies and allowing free passage for the forces of Lufdalna. This would be your wish, then?
Sounds like it.
That's what
His hands
happened?
are on her face.
You are
I
responsible
assure you.
for the destruction of the 12 kingdoms army. And even if I did care for the inhabitants of the 12 kingdoms, they are frequently at war with us. You have killed immeasurable numbers of the humans. Why would you wish for a storm to go there? Are you working for somebody?
No, I did not wish for it to go there. I just wished for it to not be here.
I see, so this Espitalia is some sort of trickster, then. And how
Very
does
trickster.
this
That's
pertain to you and not wishing to be an elf any longer?
well, as part of these tricks on me, it changed me.
It changed you in what ways? Please be specific.
Well, I didn't always look like this.
What are you?
Sort of look the Hada like, should I answer this truthfully? Just like looking at it like,
My lady
I look-
had
I-
a...
I just-
looking at you right now.
I just look at her and
staring
go,
you down.
yeah. Just like, yeah, go ahead, kind of look to you.
My patience grows thin, Cecilia.
we haven't said the name yet.
Never even said the name. Nobody knows the name.
Does anyone say that out loud? Because he does
I-
say that.
No.
But he actually
We've
says
not said-
that.
He does say that.
How do you know my name?
He goes back to his desk with the paper that he was holding. He pulls out another paper, but this one's further down the pile. Well, a report here from some of our scouts near Breath Castle. That a ship containing several adventurers. I believe that the list here is there is a goblin. There is a
Wait, how
human.
did they see me?
Because you were on the boat. They were tracking you from Breath Castle.
Yeah, those
You only saw
Yeah,
them at
elves
I
night.
that
got
were
on the
watching
boat.
us before the wish.
But I went on the boat and I went into downstairs straight away.
You would have been
Yeah.
on the...
They
So they saw
They-
me as
Yeah.
I
they
got
saw
on.
us get on
okay.
the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they saw us get
Okay.
on the boat.
Because a giant F-off elven boat appeared in Breath Castle, and so the elf scouts near Breath Castle were like, huh?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There is a goblin here. The name is not listed. There is a human called Cecilia. Looks at 10. I believe that you will be 10.
Yes, that's me.
Yes, from the descriptions. I see that there is another human here, or a half breed. Seal is the name, and you are accompanied by a dwarf, Tora.
Yes, that is all true.
Yes. So why is it then that Cecilia, 10, Seal, there is no Tora the dwarf with you, and you are no longer accompanied by a goblin, whose name...
Tora went bye-bye.
I will say with my telepathy, in Hada's mind, I will go, don't you dare tell them that you were a goblin. Don't.
Can you
Please.
hear my thoughts?
No.
Damn. Is there any way I can
If you have
do it back?
Can't
message...
respond.
I've got a message, but like, can they
Yeah,
sense me using message?
unless you have a means of making it subtle, then no, they'll be able to see that you're casting a spell. Unless you can do a very good stealth. So you can attempt it, but they have a chance of seeing you doing it.
I mean, the only thing that they could see is me pointing.
Yes,
So
but
as long
they
as they
would
can't see me pointing,
see you cast a spell, so you have to do stealth. That's all that you... That's what the roll will be against.
yeah, sure, I'll do stealth back.
Okay.
Like stealth the.
Oh,
Wait. Where? What are my special things I can do?
Oh? Like I said, you might have a special
Oh.
thing that you can do.
No, as in like ways to re-roll and things. I've got too many things. Give me a second, because I got lucky. Remember?
Oh, that lets you reroll ones.
Yeah.
If memory serves.
Re-roll. Yeah, I can use a luck point and get advantage on the roll.
Oh,
So I'm gonna
okay.
do that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just it's
Oh.
not one. It's
Oh,
not
right,
one
yeah.
anymore. It's just advantage nowadays.
Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
So
It's an
So-
with
automatic
advantage, stealth it up.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh
Okay.
my
That was the
god.
highest.
Before you take that
Jesus.
into account,
Go on.
No, I wasn't trying to do that. I wasn't trying to do that.
Bridging that into account. Dissonant whispers.
They might notice that one.
That's very funny.
Did I could have sworn I had something else. Give me a second. I'm confused.
I mean, also, you should be grateful that this elf can't hear telepathy, but like some of them can.
Could
I
have
would
sworn
know
I
that.
had a way of doing something else, but I can't remember what the hell it was
What
anymore.
is it? What is it that you want to do? Because I might be able to help you find it.
To give me I'm trying to remember what my things are. Oh, I don't care. Yeah, just take it as me fucked it up.
I think that you have like your inspiration stuff. It's like part of a performance. I think.
Oh, that's what it was. I was supposed to use bardic inspiration first, but like it's pretty hard to bardic inspiration in the middle of a conversation, so
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter.
yeah. It's hard to like
that's
your sick guitar
Yeah,
riff
that's
will be
what
a
it
bit
was.
hard to mask.
Yeah. No, I knew that I knew I had something that did stuff. I just couldn't remember where it was, and I found it was in bardic inspiration, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's bardic inspiration, and you can also use your bardic inspiration to do your mantle of of Phaenus. There you go. You're lucky.
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ!
Oh my god.
You can
Amazing.
send your message. See, Gwen, this is why you shouldn't worry when you roll bad, because I can also roll bad.
You used your lucky feat. That's what it does. It makes you
Yeah.
roll ones or something.
And then I send a message back saying, "Don't worry, I'll say I was a goblin for a short time. Yes."
Wait, so all of that was just for you to say, "Don't worry," then instantly say the thing I told you not to say.
Oh no.
No.
Right, okay.
I'm going to tell you. Don't worry.
Okay, I
I've
thought
got
you
a
were
plan.
telling them that.
No. I was sending you a message back going, "Don't worry, I've got a plan. I'm going to tell him that I was a goblin, yes, but only for a short time because I got transformed into a goblin before, and that I got turned back, thankfully."
Okay.
I got better.
I got better. Yeah. So
And I'm like, "Isn't it good?" to you.
I let out a large sigh. Probably.
Excellent. Welcome to my world.
so back to the interrogation of Cecilia,
Yeah, okay.
because yes, he knows he is curious where the other two members of your party went, and also where you got a Hadder. He now knows where the cheese girl came from.
Cheese.
Why am I the cheese girl?
Don't worry, Em's an egg girl, so.
Yeah, M's an egg girl.
Yeah, okay. I
She's
prefer
canonically
cheese
laid in
girl.
an egg.
Of course.
Come on, Cecilia. Wiggle your
Wait,
way
what
out
do they
of
want me to
this.
answer? That was a big.
I think I
Or what was
distracted
the
her too
last
much about
comment? Yes, you detoured a lot with that.
So, he wanted to know, like, he wants you to explicitly state what your wish changed about you. What did the trickster god do to you? Because he's pretty sure that you're Cecilia. And also, you have
mean-
noticed as well, Hada, that he has a change
Mhm.
of body language versus the other elves. He is not like
'Cause he stood
taking
up on
quite
it.
such a deferential tone with you because he is suspicious of you. Well,
I mean, I think I'm mostly gonna be honest here. I don't think there's much point in lying. So,
As long as you don't say anything about Heather. Let
no, I'm
Heather
not gonna say
put her
anything about
own foot.
you.
Wait, let me put my own foot in my mouth.
Well, you can see what happened to me here. Yes, I am Cecilia.
so your wish, which you now wish to undo, involved the transposition of a storm to the 12 kingdoms and to turn yourself into an elf which you don't want anymore.
Oh, she also pissed off Archdevil.
That was
I'm sorry, what? You have involved an archdevil. What
But then
archdevil? They have been sealed away with the gods since the raising of the firmament. Which archdevil are you referring to?
It doesn't matter about that. The queen came up and sorted everything out.
He puts his hand on the table and just like, you have involved one of the most powerful archfey, an archdemon which we will not be ignoring, we will be returning to, because as I said, there are no archdevils in this world. They have been sealed since the ending of Goldana.
do. So, do the elves like the Fae Queen?
They have respect and
assume
deference
so.
for the archfey because they know how powerful they are.
Right. Right.
The same
Yes,
sort of
after.
respect they have for anything that can end you
Can
in
just kill them
a single
on the
stroke
spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
without effort.
Yeah.
A healthy fear.
I'll be back in a bit.
You
sorry.
said before, Hog, when I was like, when I got up and like looked in the mirror and in the skies myself, didn't you say before I could see the like crown thing I was given in the mirror,
Yes.
but not like if I tried to look up, it's only in the mirror that I could see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll tell them. Well, after we were tricked by that god, more or less, the queen did visit us, yes, and she gave me her blessing.
The queen has chosen to bless you for what action? From what I have heard of the telling of this tale, you have deceived your way into this city. You have wished a terrible calamity upon the humans of the 12 kingdoms, and you have considerably weakened our position with the dragons to the south. You have involved an archdevil, which you to elaborate on, and you have also apparently received the blessing of the Queen. And you did this
Do
all in a
you?
morning?
It was a very
Hey,
long
that-
day, yes.
That's honestly not far off.
Do you
10
You
has
have
a
a-
headache.
do you have a mirror?
Fiend's forehead is red from how much he's been face palming.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's just like there's a handprint on your forehead.
Yeah. You know that one
Yeah.
that one episode in Avatar? That's what's happening.
Yeah, I'll
Why
ask the
would
man.
I have a mirror?
So you can see the proof of the blessing that the Fey Queen gave me.
If you will elaborate on this archdevil, I will go and ask the steward to bring a mirror.
You wanted her name, right?
Yes, thank you. One who will speak
Oh,
some sanity in this case.
Erithir.
Gonna do a religion check. Gonna do a very hard religion check. Even with a natural 20.
Oh.
No, with a natural 20. Erith there. There is a trickster spirit of our old tales that was said to she was said to accompany Della at times, but she is no
Mhm.
archdevil. Could be potentially dangerous and sometimes violent, but an archdevil, no. But also, it could not have been her, as if she was a companion of Jella, she would have been trapped away with all the other gods.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well,
Jella's not trapped.
you. Yes, she is.
No. Only some.
I mean, the way
What?
that that's another thing that doesn't matter right now.
He
Well, she was all
Oh,
fire and
God.
brimstone up in the what do you call it? Crow's nest. So, like, I could smell it from the deck. So, whatever she is, she was there. She is not locked away anywhere. I know the queen doesn't like her, apparently.
Yes.
he's rubbing his temple.
I know this all sounds absolutely mad. It is. We've been living through it. As for where Tora is, I forget the guy's name, big dwarf in the clouds. He just looked down and said, no, and lightning bolted her away. I don't have a better explanation for you. That's all. I wish I
You-
could. I wish I could elaborate more. I can't. It's insane.
So there was another god there. A dwarven god of some
Uh,
description.
Very briefly, just took her away after saying no.
I cannot
Is there-
even begin to instill in what damage you have done. If you had arrived in our lands with none of this, we would have simply arrested you. But now, I do not know if that is even what I should do. But there is far too much that needs to be done in response to this. If it is true, as you have said, that Erithir was there and is not in fact trapped behind the firmament, which I, for one, find very hard to believe, but I will still consult with our priests and the druids in order to determine an appropriate course of action, for if there are servants of the gods themselves upon our earth, we should be prepared. But in this time of dragons, having devils and rogue trickster spirits summoning storms out of the ether will rather divert our resources away from the dragon problem.
Dragons.
And you have all come
Dragon.
here seeking what? To undo the wish that you made with the druids. Well, I guess it's no small amount of irony that the druids cannot help you anyway, because they are not here. Perhaps there is some modicum of justice in this world, after all.
All the while he's talking, I'm just doing a little dance to myself.
Have they actually gotten someone to bring in a mirror yet?
Yeah, he went to the door and got a steward. Steward has brought
Still
a mirror.
dancing.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess for that part of it, I would like stand in front of the mirror and see if they can see it.
Dance, dance, dance.
Yes, it does
Dance,
appear
dance.
that you are marked by the Queen. Of course you would be. Why wouldn't you be?
Oh, I'm like, wait, you can't see this? And I grab the crown.
Everybody else, you can see that Hada has grabbed above her head and is like yoinking her head around, but without touching
We
her
can see it in
head.
the mirror, right?
Yeah, you can see it in the mirror.
I
How
don't
the
see I don't see this as anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, no, honestly fair.
Father, please, it does hurt, you know.
No, I pat your head.
Like-
Sorry.
Like,
So,
truly, honestly, you can even ask our new companion here, who at this point I figure is either just along for the ride or here to keep the seal in check.
I don't even know most of these
But-
people, man.
The what, day and a half, 2.5 days, I don't know how long it's
God.
been that we've all been that they've been with us. It's been insanity.
Jeez.
Well, unfortunately, executing human interlopers cannot happen when the Queen has protected somebody. However, your cheese human has still found their way into our realm, as I do not believe for a second that... Yes,
Huh?
my lady.
She is under my protection. Wah!
So
You
where
really
the
do need to
Starks,
work
like,
on
do
that.
I need to? Where do I go?
Yes, you would seem to be spared by my lady Hada.
Finger guns.
well,
Do you say finger?
so
Yeah,
Finger
as I do
bows.
finger guns. Finger gun. Finger bows.
so all of the druids are not here.
The druids are unavailable, as somebody started a war which has diverted their attention.
Those damn dragons.
Well,
When he says
I-
that, you all hear, resounding around the walls, a horn blowing out, which interrupts.
That breaks 10 out of his face palming.
Yeah, but
If I can go find in my noise playlist that it is here normally, but it's gone. Here we go. Yeah, so you will hear these haunting horns going all the way around the wall. And at that, the Lord Warden immediately breaks the conversation, and he'll just say, "I must go and deal with this. I shall return."
But you didn't hear my tragic backstory.
What is happening?
Is there any?
I'm sure
Is
he's
there
very busy.
Is there any way we can assist?
Yes. Is there any way we can help?
No, I just need to supervise the guards so that nobody falls off.
Oh.
Fell off.
Yeah, so this is the noise that you hear for everyone who's in the thingery.
Didn't hear any noise.
You're not in the watch together, are you? Hang on. Where's the watch together? It's bookmarked, isn't it?
Like, it's very playful.
Pinned.
Oh, I was expecting something more alarming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's literally they're playing music so that everybody knows that something's up. Copy.
Oh,
It
there's-
is pinned.
Yeah, I saw it.
And all of you will feel the ground beneath you shaking like an earthquake.
Fancy.
Do any of you wish to try and persuade Lord Warden to let you go with him to have a look?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Uh, 10 will ask politely.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have it. I'm gonna sit down on the floor and just start playing my bagpipes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
none of you. He's just gonna leave. He's just gonna go do his job.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
He doesn't need to sit there for that.
As soon as he's left, Fiend will turn to Cecilia with a very angry look on her face. You did what? This storm? This was you?
I didn't make the storm.
Did you hear what he said?
Yes.
How many people you've killed?
Technically.
You've doomed the kingdoms.
I
I mean, it
didn't
wasn't
know that's where it would
technically
be
her.
sent.
Yeah.
How could you
I didn't
be
create the
so
storm.
responsible?
If I did nothing, it would have killed everyone here.
Also, hang on a second. You need to make a deception check because you do know that you did make the storm.
I indirectly made the storm.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's still
indirectly.
I
a
didn't do it on
bit of a
purpose.
fit.
I'm pretty sure I've been told that something to do with some the giant head that was
Yeah.
teleported
Yeah,
to you.
you were already told that by somebody else. I don't remember who told you, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Seal told me.
So a little bit of a deception because that is only half true.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
At least she believes her own BS.
I also believe I rolled an 18 on my insight, so
Oof.
I mean that was a good roll, but it's not a 25 level roll.
Yeah.
No.
You How could you do something so reckless?
I didn't know what to do. We were teleported into the middle of the storm that appeared, and the god told us to wish our way back. What
We
else
had
was I
time
supposed to do?
Turn everyone into elves.
See,
What
that
do
is
you
not what I
mean?
wished
She
for at
didn't
all.
turn everyone into elves at all.
I didn't wish for us to all be
The
elves.
guy's not
You
here
can,
anymore.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I send a message to you. Someone could be listening. Shut up.
I didn't wish to be turned into an elf. You can clearly see this by what I'm trying to do. We're getting help from the druids.
Being an elf is so cool, though.
It was more just
Then-
some prank
elf,
that the
elf,
god played
elf,
on
elf.
me.
Elf.
Well, because you wish to move the storm, they just decided to turn you into an elf.
Elf.
And they just decided to kill however many humans with that storm.
You should meet the god. It makes sense.
Yes, if you met the god, honestly, it'd make a lot of sense that they just
Are you-
arbitrarily choose to do that, actually. They were the god of curiosity, you know? They just like to see
Oh.
what will happen.
Oh yeah, it's because it's so curious. It's so interesting to see hundreds of thousands of my people die.
For this god, yes.
And
You know
to
what?
you? It
I-
seems
I-
like
I-
you
I'm-
know pretty
Me,
well.
no.
It seems like you know this god pretty well. It seems like you should have known this was going to happen.
I knew the god was...
this,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was like this conversation is happening. I'm like, you know what? This conversation seems pretty interesting. I bet Espitalia is listening in. Oi!
Oh my god.
You do not get an appearance.
Damn it! And I was like, worth a try.
Also, as
Oh.
you're also having this conversation, you can hear gigantic thuds from below you, like very, very, very massive objects hitting the ground very slowly. But the initial rumbling has subsided.
Mm. Is there a window here at all?
Yeah, there's a window.
Can
I
we
mean,
look
can we
out the
just walk
window to see if I
outside?
can?
Like, are we...
No, the door is shut. You'll have to open the door.
Okay.
If you look out the window, you can't see over the walls.
I just make faces out the window.
Although, actually, no. You would be able to see the tree from this window
Mhm.
at the center, and you can see that the tree is swaying back and forth as if it's moving.
Oh, we're walking. Oh, that's fun.
Like the whole city? Oh my god.
Okay. I like that.
Okay.
That's very fun, actually.
I'm there, and I just start wobbling, like just like swaying back and forth in the window myself. This is fun.
I can't believe you would do something so reckless. You're supposed to be a leader. You said you're a princess. How can you call yourself an heir to a kingdom if this is the kind of decisions you make?
Fiend,
Go for the
have you ever done
jugular.
anything out of desperation?
Ew.
Fiona is very upset. She just learned that like
Yeah.
her own country basically got fucking ravaged. Like,
Y- Yes, it was out of desperation. I didn't know what else to do. We were in the storm, and there was the archdevil after me, and the god seemed to give solutions, but those solutions were not quite what I expected them to be.
he just turns away. Goes.
I mean,
to
there is more
stand by
to
the
the
window.
story. If you listen. I can understand you not wanting to right now.
It sounds like most of the story is just bad decisions after bad decisions. What else could there possibly be? How could you possibly get involved with such forces?
Well, it's
When those forces took us into the middle of the storm.
But even then, there was clearly enough time.
Enough time
Could have
for
done
what?
Anything.
How would you
I don't
know?
know. Wish
How
the
would you
storm
know?
to be gone. I was in that storm. Everyone on my ship died.
Hmm.
And then you tell me that you moved that storm to. I can't.
Listen,
if I
I'm not.
hadn't had. Sorry, you want to go first?
I'm not. I'm not. You know, not defending anything here. I'm not defending anyone here. I'm trying to help you understand that someone made a choice in a desperate situation, and maybe it was the wrong choice.
Yeah.
There wasn't time. We were very, very far from the storm. We were looking over that way and said, "Oh, what's that?" Espitalia showed up and said, "Let me show you." Plucked us out of where we were and plunked us right in the middle of it.
He did do that.
There was no time to prepare. There was no time to alter course. There was no time to do anything. I do not fault Cecilia for making this wish that saved us. I can't. It would be madness too. If you like, no one makes the perfect decision when they panic. And yes, there's no single intelligence to blame for where the storm ended up.
Except for Espitalia.
Yes, the wording was careless. We were in a desperate situation, and I think that Espitalia was counting on that. He wanted a toy. And out of our desperation, it was given to him. The fact remains, she didn't wish for it to wipe out the 10 kingdoms, 12 kingdoms, I forget the number now.
Well, it's probably
Oh.
10 at this point. There's probably 2 that are definitely drowned.
No,
But
but that was
yeah,
that was
that's
an out of
true.
character question. Is
No,
it
no,
10
I
or
know.
12?
It's 12.
It is 12.
It's 12. She didn't wish for an end to the 12 kingdoms by the storm. She wished for the storm to be gone so it wouldn't threaten us anymore.
Oh my god.
But I'm not going to fault someone for making a bad decision when panicking. You make the decisions you have to do to survive. But she did not wish any ill on the 12 kingdoms.
Fiends just stood. She's probably walked like to the window and is looking out the window as well.
Coming to sway with
but
me.
She's not swaying.
Aww.
She's just sit there. Probably like gripping the windowsill quite hard.
And
No, she's
and,
just
tha-
gonna
and
sit
none of that is
quietly.
meant to invalidate your anger. You are not wrong to be angry, but it was unfair for you to not have the full story.
Thank you for telling me.
None of us wanted anyone to come to harm. It's just how things seem to have gone.
Oh my god.
Lord knows we're not going to trust him again.
No, and to that point, I believe you all need to really learn how to shut up. You can't just
You're
go
not wrong.
telling every single person you meet, especially not someone who's the Lord Warden of this city, about darn archdevils and everything.
What other choice do we have? If we go
Lie.
around lying
Don't tell
to
them.
the elves,
They were ready to bow to Hada.
I'll
Simply
make them
say-
bow yet.
That's not up to you to know or whatever.
and yet, in theory, perhaps, yet you could tell from how Hada likes to act, they were already concerned. I'm not going to tell Hada to not be
Yeah,
herself.
I was trying to deal with that, but
They already felt something was weird or off, and at that point,
that
I
doesn't
think it
mean you
only
have
makes
to
it
tip
worse
your
for us if we
hand.
lie.
just because they know one card doesn't mean you have to show them your entire hand.
But you know how the elves think of humans. If they learned humans were lying to them as well,
Yeah.
they wouldn't have a second thought about killing you. The least you can do is be honest with them.
You told them about being a human and that you are lying to them.
It's probably been about 5-10 minutes.
Hmm.
And yeah, apart from the tree swaying out the window, you can't really feel any sense of motion. But you can hear the big thuds of below you. That doesn't go away. But the Lord Warden will come back.
Before that happens, can I in some way figure out what direction we might be moving into?
Yeah, that'd be survival. Make me a survival check.
Yippee, -1.
Unless you have a compass.
Oh, I have a compass.
Wait. Oh my god.
Oh,
I got a 10.
4. With a 10, no, you're not got a clear sense of which way is north. With the
Yeah, that's
forest
fair.
above,
It's hard to see the sun and
yeah,
stuff.
it's very hard to see the sun.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You want to use your compass, Em?
Yeah,
I
I'll
think she
use. Sure, I'll use the magic compass thing. It's like the minor magic item I took.
Okay, and it tells you which way's north, correct?
I think that's how it works, yeah. Orb
Okay.
of direction, that's what it's called. Determine which way is magnetic north. Yeah.
Okay. It
Or I
will.
guess this world's equivalent.
Yes, you will be traveling in a southeasterly direction.
Okay, I mean that's the direction we
Okay.
wanted to go, so that's good.
True, that is the direction we wanted to go.
Also, just because like we had really good RP and stuff, did everyone want like 5 minute just like get drink, have a break, just to chill before the warden comes back?
I don't mind.
I don't mind.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take one because I need to go feed cats. So
Wow, I see. Wanting more justification for
You
you to
can
take
just
a
tell
break.
us you gotta go feed cats, and we'll take a
Yeah,
5-minute
if
break.
you want to take a break, you can just take a break.
Cats are more
Right.
important
I
than
was
any of us.
I was gonna sort of like give you I was gonna let like you guys do it instead of me, but yeah, I'm gonna take a break. 5 minutes. BRB.
Mhm.
All right. I'm a stretch my legs.
Mhm.
Yeah, in that case, I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Returned.
Hello.
Their cats are taken care of. I am returned.
Yay.
I'm
Ooh,
also
good timing.
back.
Hello.
Oh, what? People did actually take a break this time. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah, I got back just before you did.
Wow.
Wow.
So is that everyone back?
I think so.
I think so.
I'm here.
Yeah.
That's everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Lord Warden will return, and will shut the door behind. Right. Now that that is all undertaken, now I have to decide what it is that I'm going to do with this.
Mhm.
Well, I think that myself and my companions here are willing to help in whatever ways we can.
A wish for employment in our city. There are some tasks that need to be done, but unfortunately, due to the depletion of our guard for reasons which we are now aware, we do not have the manpower to undertake them ourselves. That being the case, I think that, well, I think that it is important that you speak to the keeper of the tree. They will be able to assess you more holistically. For evidence that I have, what is most prudent for the defense of my people is to throw you in a cell and let you all be forgotten to time.
Even me?
My lady Hadda, my oaths as Lord Warden prevent me from speaking my mind. However, you are one of this party, and as far as Winrith's watch is concerned, this party is a threat.
Go on, speak your mind.
There was once another of the first who visited this city who attempted to make me do so as well. I can assure you, there is nothing that you could do to compel me to break my oaths.
Go on.
But
Go on. Go on.
for now, you are unable to
Aw,
leave the city.
please.
You are unable to leave the city anyway, so you have a degree of freedom. Know that I have informed all the watch captains of your descriptions, and your movements within the city will be noted. I would ask, as well, as not to disturb the good citizens of our city, that you do not put that illusion back on yourself, and that I would prefer. I do not know your name, so I will have to refer to you as the cheese human for the time being. I would
That will do.
prefer that you put a hood up.
Okay.
Doesn't like your round ears.
Of course.
Oh. I just thought of something. My cloak of many fashions.
Yeah,
I guess it's not an illusion, right? Like it just actually changes into a different kind of cloak.
that's how I always
I was
understood
wondering
it.
if that would have. Yeah, okay. I was wondering if that would have like reverted to its original form or something when I walked through the door.
No, it's only illusions that it dispels.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
No, that's fine then. Okay.
yeah, it's to stop
Yeah.
like Fey beings using glamours to sneak
Yeah,
into the city and cause
I
mischief.
just because I was about to. I'm gonna turn my cloak into something longer and with a hood.
Yeah.
So that I can hide away a bit.
They don't want Fey beings in their
So-
city. Boring.
Who exactly did they say to go speak to?
Um,
Tree person.
the keeper of the tree. Well, he'll go into some things. You are, for the time being, under my supervision, and once you have spoken to the Frave, I will put it in the chat. I may be able to allow you to do some of these tasks to assist the city, which will do something to alleviate my concerns with your intention.
If this is how we prove our sincerity to you, then so be it.
Of course.
While we do this, if I may, where is it the city is going?
That is something that only Bolamora knows. And I suppose this is very important. But when I said that the druids were absent, they are. But that does not mean that Bolamora is not within the city. As she is currently in communion with the Weird Oak, drive the city to safety from the humans, you will not, under any circumstance, attempt to locate her. And if I find that you have done so for your needs, I will imprison you. Is that very clearly understood?
Yes, yes, of course.
She is not here, even though her body may be. And I would rather that you do not kill one of the first within our city, if that is all the same to you.
Another first.
All of the
Why
druid
why would
enclaves
he
of our
tell us
city
all
are.
this? That's crazy. It's a crazy thing to say to us.
Well, no, he's literally doing it. He's covering his ass because he knows full well that you're going to go asking questions and somebody will let slip that, yes,
Oh my
one of the
God.
druids is actually still here, but she's like
Mhm.
mind palace
Yeah,
herself
yeah.
to pilot the city. So
Yeah. He's like getting ahead of the
Mhm.
curve of like, I'm just gonna tell you now so you don't
But also, surely
go
is she not
looking
just like
and
sat in
cause
town
trouble.
square? Like, they
no,
don't
no,
know
she's
where
not
we
there.
are.
She is somewhere. He has not told you where she
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, it's
Yes,
not
and
crazy
don't
to
call me
just tell us,
Shirley.
by the way, there's this really powerful druid that's not currently in control of her body and just sat somewhere.
Yeah.
Can we weaken the Bernie's her?
No, you
I
can't.
think that would be the least of our concerns. We might be able to.
But you will find the
Sorry.
Frave, the keeper of the tree, well, the keeper of the conclave as a whole. He is in the house of Ariothnir, seat at the summit of this city. And he points out the window to the big fancier building that goes around the bottom of the tree. You take now to be the house of Ariothnir.
Well, then we should head there right away, yes?
No time like the present.
Once you have
I,
Hmm?
I look at the guy and I'm like, you want to ask me anything else?
my station bids me keep my questions towards your ladyship as scant as possible.
Go on. I know
One-
you want to ask something.
Once you have spoken with the Frave, I would suggest that you find an inn within the city. As long as Penn or Hadder here speaks with them, I am sure they will be able to accommodate all of you.
I'm just staring at him the entire time, like trying to will him to ask me more questions.
I will not say you are free to go. Do not have to stay in this place.
I tilt my head at him.
He wants us to get out.
Yes.
And please take her ladyship with you.
Of
Wouldn't
course.
dream of leaving her behind. Come along. It's not polite to stare holes into the man's skull.
He doesn't give you a
Go on.
bow when you leave, by the way.
I go on, one question.
He goes back to his desk, sits down, and continues writing his doofs.
Yeah, after with all that, I think Cecilia like give him a nod and then gesture like, "Come on, let's go. Come on, Hana."
I just got I just
He's
like
already out
sulk.
the door.
Like, oh. He's boring. Then I just like, as I'm leaving, going out the door, I just do like a little, like a minor illusion thing. Just make a little dancing frog on his table.
Like,
As you, he sees it appear, and you see him like pass his hand through it, like wishing it away, and you will see the illusion will dissipate when nobody is participating in the illusion anymore. As you're going down the stairs as well, a younger elf, he is coming up the stairs. He's like dressed in plain clothes. He has a tray with a cup and like a plate on it, and there is a bunch of herbs and a a mortar and pestle on it, and some water, and it is being taken up to the Lord Warden's room.
As I'm about to pass him, I go, "Oh, for me, you shouldn't have."
My
Hana,
lady, he bows. This is for the Lord Warden. This is medicine. He has been overcome with a headache.
please continue bringing the Lord Warden his medicine.
You don't have any extra, do you?
Does your ladyship require some?
I just
Talk
want to
to
sip
her.
of the water.
Very well. I will fetch some more. And he takes it back downstairs and
No, I
facing-
grab the glass or whatever that's on there. I just go, "That's cute," and just put it back on the tray.
yeah. He goes back downstairs to wherever he got it, and he'll get more water.
Right, let's not do too much of that.
Yes.
I'm like, is this what it's like when you're at home, Cecilia?
I mean, it could be, I guess, but it's a bit weird.
So you leave the Warden's Tower, and you are into the city proper. There is not somebody barring your going around. I assume, Fiend, that you will acquiesce to the Lord Warden's request and put your hood up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put my hood up. I try to make the cloak look like the clothes that people are wearing here, like similar style.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Blending in with the local style.
Yeah. Apart from the fact that there is still loads of people who are like, "Oh, wow," when Hannah walks past. They do not.
I'm just waving at everyone.
Yeah. They do not. Most of the citizens don't like glare upon your party anymore, because they can see that it is all elves and it's all elf okay here.
All elves. Always has been.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Just
make your
waving at everyone as I go past.
yeah? Are you going to the House of Ariothnir first, or are you going to try and get lodgings first?
I wanted to go to the house first.
Yeah, I think on the way, Finn would try to like scout out whatever like areas of the city there are that is like, I don't know, the least like obvious. I don't know, like the more hidden away kind of areas, to see if like to find a tavern that's a bit more
Yeah,
incognito.
there's the way that you can see the city is the city seems to be like the tiers, that there's 3 tiers to the city, and it seems to denote something of the social hierarchy. So the inns on the bottom half, like that's where it's more densely populated, and so there is more like little alleys and nooks and crannies where you'll find places that are less like easier to hide in, if that makes sense, like the off the beaten path.
Yeah.
Going up the city, stuff gets fancier and nicer, but it's also more conspicuous.
Okay.
And then the nobility lives on the top tier, where that's where the House of Arathner is at the center.
Mhm.
So the society appears to be stratified basically on how high on the hill do you live.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she just keeps an eye on that. But
Make
Well,
a perception check. Everybody who would be looking around, which I definitely redox, I would say Fines. But if other people are, I don't think that Hada is looking around. I think that you're too busy queening it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, ooh,
But once
9%.
you get
that's a
the queen,
9.
yeah, I'll look around.
Okay. And if 10 is 2, 10 can. Wow.
8.
This has been a very, like,
Wait, no, that's 8 factorial.
no, it's not
Oh.
8 factorial. That is 8, excitedly.
40,320.
That's 8 factorial.
Freaking get your
I'm
maths.
sorry. I went to school for philosophy. That's excited 8.
Yeah. See,
Oh my
from the
God.
humanities, get your filthy maths jargon out of here.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's right. This is a pro humanities stream. Anyway, yeah. So Cecilia, you would notice dirt things as you make your way through the city. The first thing that you will notice is that all of the watch that you see as you go past, they all take note of your presence. You can also see that some of the watch, when there's like a couple of them normally, they have little messenger birds that they pass between them, so that you actually see quite a lot of birds flying around in this city. As in, it's a very common form of communication, and the watch is well aware of where you are going in the city. The other thing you would notice is that in the like streets, all the little market stalls, you will notice that there are a group. Not, I mean, a group is maybe too much. There is a couple of people who are in hoods. Lots of other people are in hoods too. Like, it's not that uncommon. Like, it's just like to wear hoods. They look cool or whatever. They have all sorts of reasons why they would wear fashions. But there's a couple of people who appear to be following, but not following with the intent to catch up to you. Following very clearly with the, these are new people.
Right.
And there's a couple of people doing it. You cannot see their faces, even with the 21. They are wearing masks, like underneath their hoods, and they have their hoods up. You can assume that they are elves, though. Like, they have elfy-looking shapes about them. And they move very gracefully, but not prancing like Hada's doing.
Right.
I think it's safe to say that you're
Okay.
prancing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but they're missing out.
It's hard to prance
Well,
stealthily.
Take mental note of all that.
Yeah, so you make your way through the second tier and the third tier. Each of the tiers of the city, they do have. They're not like grand defensive fortifications like the outside, but there are separating walls on each level, so you have to go through gates to get to the next one.
Right.
Something. It's not defensive. It's just to enforce a hierarchy.
Yeah.
It's that kind of vibe. But yeah, you get to the top layer of the city, and you can see the House of Ariothne at the very top. Around the House of Ariothne, you can see that there are several other very fancy looking structures that are temples to the other gods. And all of the gods do have a temple in this city. But Ariathne is the main deal here, for the benefit of. I assume that any of the rest of you, particularly because I think 10 had religion stuff that 10 knew, because we did some checks before and you knew who the elven gods were.
Right, I remember that.
So Ariathne is the god of law, basically. The one who gave the elves law and also gave the elves writing. And is diametrically opposed to the god of anarchy, Jella.
Hmm?
I
I know, Arias. Yeah, I remember. I remember what happened in Molten Red.
Yep. Yep. So the structure of the House of Ariathne is basically, it's a circular building around the trunk of the tree. And the trunk of the tree is enormous. It is hundreds of meters across the trunk of this tree. So this round building, which is the House of Ariathne, is many other functions. But when you look at it, it looks like Stonehenge, but each of the big stones isn't a stone, it's a building, and they hold up little buildings on top of them, going all the way around them. And you can see that from the tops of these, there are actually staircases that go up around the tree, and there are some small buildings in the branches of the tree at the top. What function they serve, you don't know, but they are there. And you go towards the House of Ariathne. You can see that there are several priests about the place. They are all dressed in. Basically, they're dressed. Oh, what freaking! I gotta remember what color Ariathne is. They would be in silver robes, so their robes are silver, and then they have white banding around them. Sorry, I think it's knocking at the door. Sorry, can you all talk amongst yourselves for a minute? There's a weird noise from downstairs. One sec.
Well, I'll point up to the buildings up in the tree. I bet you any money that's where the druid is.
Yes.
I guess I'll just go and talk to someone else. Fine, I'll just.
I'm sorry,
I'll
I was
just
just
find like
handed a
another
cookie.
person.
Sorry about that. They're just freaking running up and down the stairs. It's literally just cats making weird. Sorry.
Classic.
Did I miss anything exciting?
No, I
No,
tried to start a conversation and everyone just stayed quiet.
Wow.
I was just handed a cookie. I was mid-chew.
I said yes.
Ah. So,
After a couple seconds.
you, do you wish to find one of the priests to ask where this person may be?
Yes, that seems sensible. Let's do that.
Okay.
Hmm.
They will bow very deeply to Hada. Is Hada the one asking the question, or is somebody else asking the question?
Wait, why are we here again?
I think I'd step up.
You're looking for a person called the Frave.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, sup? We're here to see the Frave, I guess.
My lady, the Frave is located in the inner sanctum. This way. You can see they're very nervous about your person.
And I look at everyone else. Let's go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he will lead you up a flight of stairs inside this ring of buildings. And it will lead into so this tree is so big that like you can see like this the knots and sort of twists of the trunk of the tree. They actually hide little buildings in the trunk of the tree, and there is areas which you couldn't see before, which you can now see. And he leads you through these into an inner sanctum inside the tree. He basically takes you to the entrance, and he will not follow you, but it goes up into the tree. Do you go? Hang out,
Well, let's go.
Yeah.
I
chilling,
suppose.
dabbing.
Oh,
Yeah, we all
why
do a
did you
little
give me the
dab
option
for-
for dabbing?
Ada gets
We
stuck
get
at
2 dabs out of the way, and then we go.
you
You don't
wheel
have
Hada out of
detect
the
evil.
doorway.
You don't have detect good and evil. Why are you dabbing?
I think she could have
What?
detected.
Don't you remember,
Yeah, I
Gwen? It's
don't.
the throwback.
Yeah, no. I have protection from evil and good, but not other attack.
Yeah.
Anyway, we go up the stairs.
We go up the stairs. Let's go.
So, you enter into the inner sanctum of the house of Ariothne, and sitting in the center, so when you get in, there is a circular chamber that has an arched roof. All of the inside of this building is absolutely beautifully, perfectly carved. Arches, twisting vines, all the walls are covered in beautiful floral patterns. And they look like sculpture, like sort of very high quality sculpture, but they aren't carved from the tree. They are like grown from the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very, very, very pretty. In this chamber, you will see that there are 3 doorways that lead off it into other parts of the sanctum. But in the center of this chamber is sat a first elf, who has a headdress he's wearing that has a cloth that covers his eyes, and he is sitting basically in a meditative stance. So
Sitting in a meditative stance.
yeah, like cross-legged on the floor, hands in a weird pose.
Yeah.
I see.
Crisscross applesauce.
Wait. So how far away is he from us?
From the entrance, he'd be about 30 feet from you.
Is there
Okay.
anyone else in the room, or is it just him?
Just him.
I go and sit next to him.
And what's everyone else doing?
Face
I'll
palming.
just kind of. I'll stand like in the entrance. I want to see what happens first, but after like, if they don't do anything for like a minute or something, I'll go.
And by next to him, I mean I'm gonna sit like in front of him, kind of like.
Okay.
Not right in front of him, but like in front of him.
When you cough, he will look up. Hello? Who interrupts my meditation?
Hello.
I'm still sat there. I've closed my eyes.
We were sent by the warden to speak to you about ways we can help in the city.
Ah, you're the newcomers. The ones with a particular
Yes.
problem with a wish.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be fair, we had problems before the wish.
So he He will stand up from his stance. He is about 7'6", and
Oh my God.
is oh so spindly. Even more spindly than Hadda. He is. Yep.
I'm so splendly.
Yeah. No. He is. He looks like there is not an ounce of like fat on his body. It's basically like bones with skin on it. That's what he looks like.
Right. When I hear him get up, I'm gonna get up as well.
There were 5 of your number, is what the Lord Warden's message said.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
And you seek communion with the druids to help you with a transformation gone wrong, what I am led to believe.
Yes.
Not not necessarily that it's gone wrong, it's that it wasn't intended to begin with.
I see. An undesired transformation. Well, that is certainly something that the druids could help you with if they were not.
Otherwise preoccupied?
Yes. There are there are 3 druids that rule this city. Verseverix is currently to the south, as I am sure that you are aware. There is a great catastrophe and calamity that has beset the 12 kingdoms, which leaves us exposed to the Dragon Empire.
Arr.
We are well aware of that.
We've heard
yes.
something, yeah.
We're aware.
The other, Barmora, is currently in conference, I suppose is a good way of putting it, with the Weird Dog, and moving the city to a safe place away from the human lands, which we know full well that they will eventually be embroiled in this war. So keeping our people safe is more important. So we'll move deeper into the forest, where the magic is stronger. The last is Lutiniax, who is nearby, but we aren't sure exactly where. He was tasked with tending to the waystone and awakening the wood to this threat. But when he was tasked with a waystone that there were rumors of someone had tampered with it, he has gone to investigate it, but this is some distance from the city, and we have yet to hear whether or not he was successful or not. This is not an uncommon occurrence, so we are not concerned, but it has been several weeks since he departed. If you were looking for a druid who would be quickest to aid you, in my estimation, Lutiniax would probably be your best bet, but you would have to get to him.
How far away is this waystone?
The waystone is about 4 days northeast of where the city was. Where the city will be, it will probably be more northward. I am afraid that for that I cannot be more helpful, but I am very interested in something else that the warden told me. I
What's
understand,
that?
What is that?
obviously, you have the immediate problem with the druid that you require, but my job as keeper, I am interested. You say that you have been visited by, in the course of a day, a god, a devil, another god, and an archfey.
That is correct, yes.
That is a
Sounds
lot.
about right.
That is a lot for anyone in a lifetime, let alone one day.
Oh, not even a day. That was the morning.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a lot.
there
Mhm.
is something that I would like for you to see. This you do not have to do. It's for my own satisfaction, shall we say. But if you wish to,
It is,
I would like you to accompany me.
Let's go.
of course.
I don't see why not.
Bean, are you in?
Fiend doesn't say anything, but she'll follow if people are
Hmm?
going.
So he goes to the door in the middle of the 3 doors. It leads to basically it's not a staircase, it's just a slope, but it's a spiraling downward slope, and it will
Ooh.
spiral down for about 10 minutes.
Someone should get her some
Ooh.
Heelys.
Oh god.
Should
I
be
was
a menace.
thinking more. I was thinking more of a like a potato sack to slide down on.
Hmm.
Whee! Just use Cecilia.
Let's helter skelter this thing.
So after 10 minutes, you walk into a chamber that is larger than the one you were in. Also, all of the rooms that you're in, they're all lit by this amber light, but not from any source. It's like the wood itself puts off an amber light. So there's sort of this warm orangey glow that you are in.
Hmm.
You spiral down into this larger chamber, and you enter through the top of it. And at the bottom of it, you can see that there is a golden branch that twists up through the floor. It's about sort of 10 feet tall in this massive vaulted chamber, but it is a golden branch or root. Can't really tell from where you are. And the Freeve will say to you all as you enter into the chamber, this is the chamber of the world root. It connects with the tree that binds us all together. Now, anyone who had encountered that number of very powerful entities in our world, I would encourage all of them, if they are able, to speak with the World Tree. The World Tree keeps everything together, and I would be curious of what it has to say to you in particular.
Ooh, me first.
Oh, okay.
So what do
no.
I do?
I encourage all of you to go into the chamber. The World Tree does not need to speak with each person individually. If it has something to say, it will speak with all of you.
Okay. Do we
Sounds
need
good.
to do anything while in there, or?
No, just go into the chamber. I will stay here. I will not get involved with what it is you are trying to do.
Very well.
Let's go. I just had it.
Yeah. Go in.
Yeah.
Fiend will take like a pause and wait to see if anything happens when they're all in there, and then carefully walk in as well.
Once you are all in the chamber, it catches on fire and you all die. No.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh no.
It was
Freedom.
it was actually a secret in secret furnace. No.
Classic.
When you enter, each of you, into the where the world root is, you all see the rest of the chamber darken. This sort of yellowy orange warm glow subsides, and the room is put into darkness. And for each of you, you would be able to see the others in the room. You can't see the Freve anymore. He's up on the spiral and not there. But for each of you, you would see the others, and then you would all see something else as each of you in order walks into the room. Who would be first and closest to the world route?
I went first.
Okay.
You
Hada
went
definitely
first.
went first.
Then I think I would have tried to quickly follow behind Hada.
So-
And then me.
So it would be
We already know
So
who's
Hada-
last.
yes.
Yeah.
So Seal will be fourth.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh
when
yeah, Seal exists.
Forgot
Seal
he's
does-
moved as
Seal does
well.
exist.
It's very silent
Yeah.
today.
He's
Yeah.
been very quiet today.
He's
Well, on his
he's just
mind.
face palmed the whole time. Rolled his eyes a lot.
Yeah, I think we've shared a couple of like.
You
face
face
palm
palmed each
glances,
other
probably.
at one point, I think.
Yeah, that would make sense.
You faced each other, just headbutted each other at one point as well.
So the first thing you would all see as Hada approaches the world route is behind the world route, sort of sitting against it and sitting in ragged clothes, would be a child that two of you, well, three of you, because Seal also did see her, would be familiar with. And she is sort of back against the roots, and she's just crying to herself. But you can all see this. This isn't just Hada that sees it.
What?
Jello?
Who is this?
Yeah!
What?
As I said, Jella, and run to her.
I'll just assume
This
that
is-
Seal is having an aneurysm at this point. 'Cause that would be that would be in character for him.
If they say
Seal's
if they
just
say
passed
Jello,
out.
I'm gonna pull out my sword probably.
But you can see this. This is she's like maybe a 8-year-old little girl. She's got like she looks like a fairy tiefling almost. Like she has fey parts to her and she has tiefling parts to it. So she has red skin, but she has cloven feet. She has long orange hair, tail, all of the shebang. And yeah, she's crying there. When you run to her, Ada, are you running up to hug her?
I'm running up to be next to her.
Okay, as you run up to be next to her, the
Yeah.
image vanishes. It just like sort of like in the
Oh.
fog dissipates into the darkness. And then you would see on the other side of the world tree, you would see a throne with a very old and very sick king sitting in it, who is very, very clearly dying. And
Papa?
yeah, and you can all see this.
Papa? Is he dying? Yeah, I'd head over there and like get closer and then slowly start to approach, like looking in more detail.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is your dad on his throne, dressed in all his finery, and he is dying. And as you approach, same thing. The image sort of fades and dissipates into the fog. And
What
then
kind of trickery is this?
behind you again, you then hear shouts and burning, like the sound of burning, crackling wood and things like that. And you look behind you, Ken, and you see the scene before you is Breath Castle. There are armies storming it. The town, the trees around it are all on fire.
He's speechless, his eyes wide. He's just sort of like reaches out. He knows he's not there, but his arm is shaking.
When you reach out to see it, it does the same thing, dissipates into the fog. And Fiend, behind you, you hear the thing that you don't ever want to hear again. You hear that the whispering on the edge of your hearing. If it even picks that up, probably doesn't, but
It did not.
yeah. The
I
word
heard
is
just
a susurrus,
one S of it.
which is what I will try to. Yeah, you can all imagine it in yourself. Make a little whispering noise to yourself. And then when you turn around to hear it, you can see that there are eyes, like single eyes, opening and looking at you in the dark. And every single one of you heard the susurrus, and also you can see these enormous alien eyes just opening and looking at Fiend.
Fun.
I'm ready to fight this. My
What?
sword is already pulled. No.
You take a swish.
Probably, yeah.
And when you swing your blade through this eye, all of the eyes and the sound, they all just disappear into the darkness. Oh frick! Actually, that was supposed to be the last thing because I forgot. So Seal was slow, and Seal arrived after you were the last one.
He
and
had to pee.
Yeah, he had to pee, and then he came back in the room. Yeah. So when you do that, you all then turn, and you will also see curling all around this room an enormous dragon, a black dragon, and you can see that its face is bigger than all of you combined, and it opens its eyes and looks at Seal, and it seems to be smiling towards him. And I think that what Seal would hopefully do, or I'm deciding Seal does this, but Seal draws an arrow and shoots the apparition. The arrow clatters to the ground, and the apparition just drifts.
Would I know what this dragon is?
You can no, you would have no reason to know this dragon. No, sorry, you haven't. No, none of you would know this dragon.
Is this not a Surin order thing?
No, that's not what this is.
Okay. Okay, never mind then.
It's a thing that Wheat was warned. Sorry, Seal was warned by the Schwerin Order that its visions like this are a problem, and you should sort of treat them with caution and take them seriously. But the specific dragon, now that you've seen it, you now all seen this dragon, but you don't have any reason to know who this dragon is.
Sure. Okay.
And as all of these visions around you, they've all dissipated into this darkness. But when the last one goes, you actually can see now that they've all made these strands, like little wires of all the image kind of condensed into a single string. And then you can see that all these strings are swirling and curving around the room that you're all in. And after a moment, the darkness sort of lightens slightly, and you can see all of these strings are wrapping up to this area above you, where you can see there is this mountain and a lake, and sitting on the lake are three enormous, they are humanoid, but their faces are covered by cloths, and they are fairly, like, nondescript of whether they're elves or humans or anything like that. They're very pallid, and they are weaving. And these strings, from the visions that you all saw, are being woven up into the tapestry that they are all making. They do not look up, and they do not acknowledge you. They just continue to weave these things. Is there anything that anyone of you guys wants to do in this moment?
Not particularly.
No, just kind of speechless.
Yeah.
A little bit stunned.
So, as you all just sort of stand there, kind of flabbergasted, they do not look up to like make it so that you know that your presence has been acknowledged by them. But with it's doing the one of them says one word, the next person says the next word, and the next one says the third word, and that's how they talk. They all speak together, but they speak
Incredible.
as an individual in each one.
One at a time.
Yeah.
Right.
So they speak to you all. You carry great fear in your hands. Sears yourselves into fate. Has marked you, fate bearers, from now until the end. Go from this place. Know that you are marked by fate and will be forevermore. And then the vision fades.
Okay, I missed some of the speech.
Okay.
I wrote it all down.
I'll
Yeah,
repeat.
I just missed the word, the second part of the sentence.
Oh, they said, "Go now. You have been marked by fate, and will be forevermore."
Oh, no, not the second sentence. The second part of the first sentence.
It sears itself into fate.
Yeah, it's
It's
okay.
marked
I'll
by
read
fate
that
bearers
part
from
again.
now until the
That whole
end.
first bit. So you carry great
Please.
fear in your hands. It sears yourselves into fate.
Sorry, was that Sears, as in, like, hot ow?
Yes.
Okay,
That's what
thank
I
you.
assumed.
I have trouble with S's.
No, that's fine. And then it has marked you fate bearers from now until the end.
Fate bearers.
What does that mean?
The end of what?
The vision has faded.
The, as in
Fuck. I
you.
shut down.
And
Okay.
Would I recognize who these fates are?
if you are trained in religion,
I'm not.
I'm
Trained?
religion.
if you
Trained?
oh frick,
Or
I've been infected
proficient.
by Pathfinder. If you are
Yeah.
proficient in
Proficiency,
religion,
Yeah.
you are allowed to make a extremely high DC check.
What
Let's
about
do
if
it.
you're half?
No,
proficient?
you can't. You're not proficient.
No.
At 7,
No
no,
fucking
you have
idea.
no effing idea who these people are. These weirdo people who are weaving. And I would now like everybody to be introduced to a new thing that I'm going to be introducing into the campaign. This is the DM here. Me, the
Hello,
boss.
DM.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
Hello,
there's
boss.
someone else in this room.
new mechanics.
Yes, a new mechanic. So
Fate
I am adding
bearers.
fate.
Oh.
I will write it out and I will post it so that everybody has it all the time. But basically, what this will be is at the start of each session, I will ask each person present to roll a dice. Like a d6. I will note down these numbers. Each player will be allowed to call upon fate when they make a roll and add the value of those numbers once, obviously, to their roll. So you got a 6, you could be like, please, I hope fate's on my side. And then you get an extra 6 to what you roll. When you
And is
spend...
this...
Hmm?
Just gonna say, is this before or after you see what you rolled?
Well, one's considerably more powerful than the other.
Yes.
I think that you can have it after you see what you roll, but before I tell you if it's successful or not.
Okay. That makes sense.
And so anyway, once you spend fate, it goes into another, like it goes into a pool for me. That those dice can be used by hostile NPCs, for example, or enemies can use them. And I roll the dice again when you spend them for the enemies, and then when they spend them, it goes back into fate for you. So you see how it goes back and forth? So if you use lots of fate, that means that fate is all up in its business at the moment, and so the enemies or like NPCs in the world can also use it.
Right.
But then when they use it, you can also use it back. So, but it's fate.
And
I'll
is
write this
this
all out. Don't worry.
I like it. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of this
The one
mechanic.
other question I have is just: is it a shared pool? So if
Yes.
one person rolls a 6 and someone else rolls a 4, then the person who rolled a 4 can use the 6.
Yes, it's a shared. It's
Okay.
it's for those who are curious. It's the Destiny pool system from Warhammer Quest, which is a board game that I'm very fond of.
Mhm.
But with some tweaks to it to make it
Okay.
work in D&D because that's a board game. So
Yeah,
basically,
it's like in between that and the Fate from High Rollers.
yes, that's exactly. Those are the two
Okay.
sources that inspired what
Yeah.
I wanted Fate to be, which is it's a fixed number that
I
you will
like it.
get. Which means that like you could do a situation where you all rolled 1 and then you'll be very sad because Fate isn't really on your side that time.
Right.
Yeah.
But we
Um,
don't have to use it.
No, you don't
that
have to
day
use
if we
it.
don't want
Yeah.
to.
And
It
it's
does mean that. Yeah. Does mean that if we don't use it, there's no dice for you to use.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's no harm in choosing not to use it if we don't feel like Fate's
If we all
great
roll
today.
ass.
So like that's absolutely what. And each time it is spent, I will do the re-rolling. You roll it first, and then I will do the re-rolling because otherwise it's going to be way too messy for everyone to keep track of it. So, but the first one,
There.
everybody, and it's the number of fate dice that will be present is equal to the number of people who are there. So if somebody's not here, you
Oh,
don't
right.
get an extra
So,
one.
Yeah. Do
So
you
when
roll
it's-
one like, or is it just players?
No, it's just the players. So there'll be 5
so
total.
when it's
Okay.
so when it's passed, do you roll a d6 or does the number just transfer?
No, I roll a d6. I re-roll it each time.
Okay.
So like I said,
Okay.
I will write this all out in a way so that you can check it so it all makes sense. But it should be very straightforward because the only thing that you guys need to worry about is you roll it at the start of the session, and then it's my problem. It's not yours.
I like it.
So yeah, and only because I do think that introducing fate is kind of a very big thing. I think this is a very good spot to end. Like a cool moment to finish today's session on.
Yeah.
Because next session, obviously you're going to talk to Freve about it, but basically Freve is going to give you the mission to go and find the druid that you're looking for. So
Yeah, that's what I assumed we're gonna find.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, could you write all the names of the druids out somewhere?
yes,
All the people.
yes, I will do
and
that
Everything.
so that you have all that information and spellings.
So I
and
can
stuff.
write them correctly. Yeah, mostly the spellings.
But yeah, I have wanted to have fate in a game for a long time, so now I got
Yeah.
to because I got to do a lore reason why.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I like it.
And also, it's up to
It
you
seems
guys
fun.
to decide whether or not any of those visions were true or
Okay,
not.
I'm like,
That's all on you.
When you were like, do any of you want to do anything when we saw them? I was really like, I was almost tempted to just be like, I'm gonna try and cut one of those cords, but also that felt like a really bad idea if that was not just a vision, so I wasn't really sure what to do.
I mean, that could have been cool, but
I
Yeah.
really wonder what, what would have happened.
I
You
mean,
die on the spot.
mine is definitely true because I've already seen her.
that's true. But yeah,
Just
I
crying.
think this is too good a spot to wrap up the session on. I like a good clean ending, rather than you talk to him,
Yeah.
go do this, and then that's when we end. That's nowhere near as cool.
Mm.
So
No, I like it.
I am going to say thank you all very much for playing,
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for running.
Good session. That's very fun.
and we will
thank
have
you.
Fate next time.
Fate bearers.
Yeah. Also, just so you know, in my notes, when they said Fate Bearers, I capitalized the F.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but
Change
not the
that.
B?
No, not the B. I wrote it as one word with a capital F. If
Yeah, I wrote it.
Oh,
if a group of 5 people who really struggle to come up with party names wanted the DM to
Fate
give them a helpful
bearers.
suggestion,
Fate
I
bearers.
see.
we can
Bearers!
we can capitalize the B and use that as a name.
true, you
Fate
could.
bears.
Fate
You could
bears.
decapitalize the F and capitalize the B
Yeah.
and have little f Fate, and then anyway, yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you all for
change it to
playing.
They're
bears.
faters.
I'm gonna send these lovely people
Yeah,
off somewhere
thanks
more
for,
sane. I think.
That'll be
I don't know
easy.
what you mean.
But thank you all very
Difficult place
much.
to find.
I shall send these
Mhm.
people off, and I shall return. Burp. Okay, everyone. Thank you all very, 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 very much for hanging out and playing. I just go find out who's live. Bum 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 bum. This is very, very fun, and yes, I did definitely want to introduce Fate, and I had a good chance to do it, so I'm doing it. So we're gonna raid Rat Boy, I think. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. And I shall see you tomorrow for the yes, a very special stream tomorrow. I'm gonna be playing Mario Kart on stream once I figure all that out, but I have a bunch of stuff I have to do tonight now, so that's great. But yeah, have a great time with the Rat Boy. I will see everyone tomorrow. Thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The VOD should be up at the end of today, hopefully, if Twitch and YouTube don't mess around. I will see you then. But for now, bye 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 bye! Bye bye everybody! Bye 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 bye!